DJ Shredder, and I have the distinct honor of having Mr. Pete Hawthorne from Warpath live on the air. Welcome aboard, Pete. How are you today?
Hey man, thank you very much for having me. I'm awesome, thank you. A little bit wet, but I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
I'm very good. Yeah, it's raining in the UK, huh?
Yeah, who would believe it?
Well, bro, first things first. You guys made a pretty big announcement about a week or two ago about a festival in Japan. Why don't you tell us about that?
Right, yes, we've been invited to play at Trash Fest #2, which is in Osaka, Japan, and that will be next March, the 27th and 28th. And like I said, in Osaka, and that's been put together by an awesome dude called Mikitoshi. He owns a record store in Osaka called Rockstack, which is dedicated to metal and thrash. And he put on a festival last year, and it was such a huge success. He asked us to come and play for next year, so we're more than honoured to go and do that.
And you're going to have At War from the States playing.
That's right, yeah.
And Assassin from Germany, right?
Yeah, I think they're headlining, and we're one of the main supports for the weekend. So it's going to be an honour to play not only in Japan, which I think is every metalhead's dream, but to share it with some really big bands. You know, Assassin are veterans in the thrash field, so it's going to be an absolute honour to be there and play with these people.
Yeah, that's a really cool gig. Are there any other confirmed bands you want to mention?
I don't think there are at the minute. I think they're still to be confirmed. I think most of them are going to be local support bands in the Japanese thrash scene.
Yeah, it's still a while away. March of next year.
Yeah. It's going to be good. I'm really looking forward to it. Like I said, it's going to be a dream come true.
Yeah, I've actually even thought about the possibility of being able to fly out there and catch that. I don't know if that will happen.
Really?
Yeah. Well,
cool, man.
That probably won't happen, but it would be an awesome experience to be a part of. Now, the Warpath has been around for a few years. You've gone through a couple lineup changes before you've put out the Damnation album. Why don't you give the listeners a little background of the whole band?
Yeah, sure thing. The band was started in 2003 by vocalist and guitarist Richard Goss. He basically wanted to put a band together because he, like myself, couldn't find any decent metal bands out there playing anything that was fast enough, technical enough, aggressive enough, you know, for his taste. So he put together Warpath back in 2003, and I didn't actually join until 2007. The guys wrote to me in summer 2007, and they saw I was a guitarist and I was looking for a band, and they asked if I wanted to audition, so I did. And as soon as I heard their demo, I fell in love with it. I knew it was something different. It was something, like I said, more technical and more aggressive than I'd heard before. And there were some lineup changes, quite a few beforehand, but I didn't know any of the members. That was before I joined. But it's one hell of a solid lineup, I can tell you now. And it's it's a kind of band, it's the kind of stuff I would want to listen to anyway. So playing it and writing it is just absolutely awesome.
Yeah, as you guys are definitely not your just run-of-the-mill throwback thrash band, and you definitely bring something you bring something to the plate, you know, you step it up.
Thank you very much. That's very kind of you.
What was the recording process for Damnation like? How long was it?
Well, to be honest, when I joined the band after my audition, the album was actually already written, and all they needed were the vocals, which Richard did, and the lead guitar, which I put down. So everything was already written before I joined. So it was really good. It was odd for me at first, but it was a really good experience to write the lead for songs that were already there and add my own touch to someone else's creation, making it what it is. And the funny thing is, when I joined, or my audition was actually to record the solo that I had written for the song Infernal. So that was my kind of audition. The guys wrote to me and said, "Hey, would you like to audition?" I said, "Absolutely." And they gave me the kind of rough demo for Infernal. Said, "Okay, write something over this gap here." And when I did, Rich wrote to me and said, "Can you actually do that?" I went, yeah, of course. So they invited me down, and that was, I'm going to turn around and say, "No, I didn't write that shit." But he invited me down, and my audition was really the process of recording with the guys and doing that. So what you hear on the album is actually my audition piece. So I think that's pretty damn cool.
Yeah, that is. And how did you guys get James Murphy to master the album?
Oh, he'd been asking us for years. He'd wanted to work with us forever. No,
really?
We wrote to him and just basically just said how we presented ourselves, and because he's an absolute iconic legend in metal anyway, from his work with Death, Obituary, Testament, and I love some of his other stuff like Cancer and Disincarnate and some of the other projects he's done. And of course he's famous for being a metal producer as well. And we wrote to him, and we would have loved him to do it. And when he turned around and said, "Yeah," it was like, wow, someone of his stature must really dig our stuff for him to want to work on it and master it and give it that golden touch. So the fact he wanted to actually work with us on that was just another dream come true.
Yeah, that's a major honor. I mean, what a great metal guitarist and person.
Yeah, I know, it's really cool. I'm so pleased with how it came out.
It sounds fantastic. I mean, for you guys aren't on a label yet, but I mean, it almost sounds like it's the real deal already. Well,
thank you again. Like I said, it's the type of thing I'd want to hear, and the sound is so golden and it's crisp as well. It's got a real razor sharp kind of crisp edge to it. And even when I listen to it back, I've heard the songs a million times, and when I listen to them, I still get that kind of, fuck yeah, this is badass stuff.
So what are the plans for 2010?
We're trying to get on a lot more festivals. We'd love to do some more big festivals and tour quite a bit more and get Damnation out to the rest of the world as best as we can. We would like to do another music video. We've got plans to do another video for the track Life and Worthy of Life. So that idea is down in the pipeline at the minute. We're going to be getting a lot more merchandise out, pushing ourselves to get a lot more exposure again on on the internet and radio and TV. But sorry, my phone just went. Sorry, I just had to throw my phone away. We've got ideas for a new album. We've got tracks that we've started writing, but we're not going to focus on that until at least spring, somewhere into the new year. But very busy. We're very busy. We work our asses off promoting ourselves and getting out there.
That was actually a question of mine, because you guys definitely do. And I mean, the promotion you put into this band, I mean, you put your name out there all over the place. I mean, you have your album available on iTunes and Amazon and Rhapsody and everything. For upcoming bands, I mean, not that you guys are at the pinnacle point of your career, but and maybe some advice. But I mean, you're driving and get maybe some advice to some up and coming bands on as far as what to do to get yourself out there.